Lincoln Square Park is a small park I live close to. Before closely studying it, I didn't pay much attention to the rhythms of this park. It's eye-opening to see how my perception of Lincoln Square Park has evolved just by taking more time in it and becoming more aware of my senses there. In a text called Vibrant Matter, A Political Ecology of Things by Jane Bennett, she states, "When the materiality of the glove, the rat, the pollen, the bottle cap, and the stick started to shimmer and spark, it was in part because of the contingent tableau that they formed with each other, with the street, with the weather that morning, with me." It's a phrase I relate to with Lincoln Square Park because of the park's characteristics, details, and subtleties, which make it a vibrant place within a precarious environment. When I started paying more attention to its diverse rhythms, I noticed more and more interesting things about the park. Firstly, the park has these beautiful plants which look like wheat plants. It caught me by surprise when I saw this plant in an urban environment. You can also hear the sounds of urban life such as the tram noises, cars, and nearby construction, whilst also being able to hear natural life like birds, rustling trees, and flowing water. I know that during the colder seasons there are less people relaxing here. It becomes more of a pathway for students and workers to pass through. I began to notice the dynamic aspects of this park by observing the systems that exist within. For example, the modern water fountain is the main attraction of the park, as it makes up a large part of the space. This is a system of human movement and presence which the environment becomes domain for. However, there has been a drastic change in the park as construction has begun. Almost all of the grass areas are fenced off. The roads around it and the walk paths are being repaved. In a text called Changescapes, Complexity, Mutability, and Aesthetics by Ross Gibson, he states that there is fragility, mutability, and fecundity of the world. And I found significance in this quote as it related to how my environment had become a sort of changescape and it was influenced by external factors. Because of this, it was able to influence the existing systems, which were people. The park can leave an imprint on somebody's experience of life as well as be affected by external factors in the world, such as the construction. I explored what it means for my environment to be entangled by focusing on a trail movement through the space. I was inspired by the text called Being Alive: Essays on Movement, Knowledge, and Description, where Ingold discusses how there is no inside or outside and no boundary separating the different systems, objects, and the environment. It is rather a trail along which life is lived, neither beginning here and ending there, nor vice versa. The trail winds through or amidst, like the root of a plant or a stream between its banks. For instance, in the park, the water leads to the concrete, the stairs, the grass, the plants, etc. All these things seem independent yet dependent on each other. I felt that all the aspects of my environment were connected not just because they exist close to each other, but also because they provide a space for trails and movements. Because of the park's fragility and ability to change, it makes me wonder what my connection or the line of growth my presence may have on this park, and what other systems could be occurring when no one is watching.